Good afternoon. Today is the 22nd of August and I'm not having a good day. I thought with so many videos that I've made on the London ultra low emission zone, which started well over 6 months ago, that people would have got the idea by now, but I've just read some news and it looks like we're going to have to talk about this again. I'm sorry. It's probably not most of your fault. But anyway, I read an article on the petrolprices.com website in the last week, and apparently it looks like 1 in 4 cars and other vehicles that are eligible to not get an exemption for the London ultra emission zone have not paid their fees and have been fined. I think something's gone pretty horribly wrong. So I read an article on the petrolprices.com website which says that since the introduction of the new London ultra low emission zone on the 8th of April 2019, Transport for London has raked in around £26 million in levies and penalty charges. That's approximately £198,000 every day. Of course, that's on top of the normal congestion charge, which in 2016-17 raised £250 million. So I think they're doing pretty well out of it. Whether or not there should be one or not, I'm not here to talk about, but it looks like a lot of people who actually travel into this zone every single day just don't know what's going on, and they're very confused about it. So for one more time, let's go over which cars and other vehicles are exempt, which cars have to pay it, and why that is. I hope you don't find this too boring. So the petrol cars and other petrol vehicles like vans and things like that, which are exempt from paying the ultra low emission zone charge, are those which have Euro 4 emissions compliance. Generally, those are cars which are registered after January 2006, although there were some made earlier than that, particularly a lot of Rover models for some reason, and Volkswagen and some Fords that could be manufactured anywhere from 2001 to 2005. It really depends on the individual car and whether or not the engines were updated to that status. So there's an online checker. Just type ULEZ TFL checker into Google and you can put your number plate in and it will tell you whether your car is exempt or not. Now that's pretty simple enough. For diesels, it's a lot more strict. A diesel car, or maybe a van or something else, that was registered before September 2015 may well be liable to pay the ultra low emission zone charge. That is because it's only Euro 6 diesels that are exempt. I got rid of my Euro 5 diesel in 2017, which was a 1.7 Chevrolet Cruze from 2014. Because that particular engine, which is known as the Circle L diesel engine, or was back when it was originally used in the 90s, obviously it was heavily modified by the time it came to my Chevy. That was not a Euro 6 engine, and a lot of the diesels before 2015 September specifically were not. Some of them obviously a bit before might be, but that's worth obviously checking on an individual basis as well. A lot of my work for sourcing cars for clients is in London, and so I have to know this all the time. Pretty much every single job I've done in London has been affected by this. So yes, and obviously this trickles down to other places. There's loads of other cities that are thinking of introducing them. So I think it's just time to get wise about it, really. There's nothing else you can do. Now, clearly the congestion charge zone is still in operation. And for now, the ultra low emission zone and congestion charge zone are exactly the same. and they have separate charges. So if you have a non-compliant vehicle, say like my old Chevy, and I was to go into the congestion charge zone or ultra low emission zone between the hours of 7 to 6, Monday to Friday, then I would pay about £12.50 in congestion charge, and then at any time about another £12 in ultra low emission zone charge. So it's £24 for a lot of cars to go in, which is pretty crazy. Obviously at the weekend, you know, I don't have to pay the congestion charge in a car like that. Yeah, you get caught out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with the ultra low emission zone. It's pretty relentless actually. And of course, from October 2021, the ultra low emission zone, not the congestion charge zone, the ultra low emission zone is being extended to the boundaries of a north and south circular. And you know, I'm actually driving well within those boundaries myself. When I do a job next week, in fact. So I mean, it's going to affect everyone, and it is a bit of a problem. But yes, 1 in 4 people who have cars which are non-compliant with the ultra low emission zone already, even in this relatively small area, they haven't paid the charge properly. So there needs to be quite a lot of awareness, I think, brought about this, because this is a problem. How exactly TfL or the Mayor for London do this and, you know, increase awareness of it, I don't really know, but just be aware of that and tell everybody you know, because I don't really want to make any more of these videos. You know, it does increase my watch time, but really people should have been informed by this by now. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below. My website is www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk. My Facebook page is facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. If you're me to source a car for you, then there's a contact tab on the front page of my website, and I'd love to do that for you, whether you live in London or not, or whether you want a car that's compliant or not. I just bought a car myself this week that isn't compliant with the London Ultra Low Emission Zone, and you will find out more next week. Thank you ever so much indeed again for watching.